Hi there. See that river behind me there? Water is a little bit muddy today. We had quite a bit of rain the last few days, and so the river is a little higher now, and also it's a little bit muddier. But I'd like to uh, I'd like to ask you a question. Does it make much sense to you when you watch the news and they're talking about, Trudeau comes on and tells you how good the Canadian economy is and how strong the Canadian economy is and all that kind of bullshit? You see, the economy is crumbling. And what the politicians are trying to do is they're trying to make people comfortable spending money and getting deeper into debt so that to keep the tax dollars floating in. That is really all that is, so that the extortion fees keep on piling into the Parliament building, so they can, forward them to England, which basically forwards them to the Vatican, and that's where the tax money goes. Got to ask ourselves a question. How long are we going to fall for the lies of these so-called politicians, seeing that Canada hasn't even legally had a government since 1931? That's right, my friend. Since 1931, we have actually not had a government in Canada legally, because our contract with the Britons expired back in 1931, and nothing has been renewed since then, because the contract at that point couldn't be renewed, so they just kept on faking it as if everything is hunky-dory. But actually, it's not even true. We haven't even had a government here. Now, I'd like to just say this. If we haven't had a government since then, who the hell are we paying our taxes to? Who the hell is... What's going on? What is going on? Well, what's going on is that there is something else that is behind all this. It's not about our government. That's the smallest part of our, maybe not the smallest, but it's a very small part of the problem, the fact that we don't have a government. The problem is that the central banks, yes, the banking cartels. Yeah, look it up on YouTube and see what you'll come across when you look for banking cartels. You see, that is who's been in charge of the global system for the past, well, actually quite a number of years. And things aren't getting any better, and they're not about to, unless we as the people make them better. Which is why I invite you to visit myfree.energy and see what I'm really talking about here. Because I have information on there that will be a real eye-opener for you. If, of course, you allow your mind to open up enough to actually let some truth in, and so we can shed some light on the subject as to why the world is operating the way it is. So, Why my free.energy? What's with free energy? Why would I say about anything about that? Well, it is a system that we have put together. You see, the technology has been available since back in the 50s, but it was suppressed. It was suppressed by the major corporations and, of course, the banking cartel to make sure that they get to charge us every month for electricity and also for gas, for heating. We got to remember that there's a gas bill too, which, by the way, both can be eliminated by the free energy units that I am talking about on myfree.energy. So if you want to know how the world actually operates, not from what Trudeau and the politicians tell you, and you would like to live an easier, better life, have your heating bill and electricity bill wiped away, and enjoy a whole lot more than that for free in life, and matter of fact, become quite wealthy and live a much easier, happier life. Visit myfree.energy and see what things are really about, okay? Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end.